What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Getting Jacked with Bodyweight training series. That's right, we are back online. Remember like a year ago when I said I was gonna get swole, I was gonna get huge with bodyweight training? Here we are, a year later, back to square one pretty much. What happened, Victor? Simple. My actions weren't in line with the vision. I didn't do what I was supposed to do, specifically when it comes to nutrition. You see, bro, go back 2 years, 4 years, 5 years in my content. Check my archives and you will see this was the same mission. I always wanted to get bigger because I'd already got my PhD in ripped. I've been shredded for these last 4 years and been able to maintain it very easily, very easily. I've dialed it in to a T for myself, for my clients, but I never wanted to stay there. I loved this lifestyle that I was living and that I'm living right now, but I always knew this isn't the final destination for me. The vision was always to get bigger. The vision, the mission that God placed in my heart was always to get bigger. So here we are, a year later, same mission. However, the reason we're not there yet is a very simple one. I've gotten new responsibilities, started my own family, took my business to a whole new level. And no, this ain't no excuse. But doing that simultaneously as I was bulking, as I was eating copious amounts of food to put on weight, I suffered some problems, particularly when it comes to cognition. I was losing my mind, slowly but surely. You see, whenever I bring calories up to where they need to be so that I gain weight, slowly but surely, my mind just comes to a screeching halt. I become slower, lazier, more anxious. I become dumber. And I wasn't smart in my use of prolonged fasting and tactical undereating to avoid these pitfalls. Up to this point, I was so hell-bent on seeing the scale move up that I just threw caution to the wind and I suffered the consequences. The consequences that at this point, at this stage in my life, physically I'm back to where I was a year ago, 2 years ago. And it's frustrating, because I know this is not where I need to be. I know there's so much more for me to achieve and accomplish, and I gotta prove this to myself, but more so to you. I gotta prove to you that it's possible, that with no equipment, with the bare essentials in food, 0 supplements, the bare essentials, you can build the body of your dreams. You can get ripped, you can get swole, you can do all these things that you always wanted to do. I need to prove this to you. I already know it's possible, even though I've failed on and off over these last 5 years to attain it. Got big, got small again, because of my own decisions, my own choices, you know? I'm taking responsibility. I know that it was just me. As soon as I realized, bro, I just feel miserable every day, I started fasting. A lot of fasting, as you guys saw on this channel, which, you know, I still recommend across the board. I will still maintain as part of my routine until the day I pass, Lord willing. And same with tactical undereating, same with the high frequency training. Nothing really will change other than the fact that at the end of the week, I will always be in a surplus. I will make sure by whichever means necessary, that at the end of the week, I will have clocked in at a calorie surplus. This is where I was lacking. This is where I was failing, because anytime, again, I would introduce those high calories, my mind would just shut down. And that made me miserable. It made me miserable. It made life a lot less enjoyable. And as I keep telling my team members and keep telling you guys, yes, getting ripped, getting lean is supposed to be hard. Building muscle, getting swole, reaching your physical goals, your lifestyle goals, your financial goals is supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be misery. You shouldn't dread every step of the way. You should go through phases where you're questioning everything you're doing. But you should never feel miserable day in, day out, as you're cutting down on calories, desperately trying to get lean, as you're bringing calories up, like in my case, desperately trying to see the scale weight go up. This isn't supposed to be miserable. If it is, you're doing it wrong. Gotta take a step back, gotta reassess, and gotta attack it with better strategies. I never abandoned the vision. Even last year, when I said I was gonna put this on hold, I told you guys, we're not finished yet. I had some stuff to do. I had some particularly business to take care of where I just needed to be at my best cognitively. But in the meantime, in these last 4 or 5 months, I also learned, or relearned, I should say, remembered the strategies that I need to employ in order to stay sharp mentally and physically as I'm gaining weight, because it's possible. You just have to know what you're doing. So we're gonna be a lot more tactical about it, a lot more strategic about it, a lot smarter about it this time around, and we're not gonna back down. It's gonna take as long as it takes. How long does it take to build your dream body? It takes as long as it takes. How long does it take to get ripped? It takes as long as it takes. How long to be able to bang out sets of 70 push-ups, 25, 30 pull-ups per set? It takes as long as it takes. Time frame doesn't matter at all to me. The details don't matter at all to me. All that matters is that I remain faithful to the mission. All that matters is that I get to where I must go, where I need to go. This isn't about haves and wants. This isn't about needs and wants. This is something that I must do. Always had this vision, always had this desire, and always wanted to do this on my own terms. Not just follow a mindless 5-6 meals a day routine, a typical bodybuilding training split, and supplement with my creatine and amino acids and pre-workouts and whatnot. No, I always wanted to do this my own way. And I will. Because I learned over these last 10, 15, 20 years how to do this properly, how to do this in a way that is enjoyable, that is rewarding, how to do this in a way that produces spectacular results. I'm really pumped about bringing this series back online, getting huge, getting jacked with bodyweight training. I'm gonna show you the training, obviously, like I always do. I'm gonna show you the meals. I'm gonna show you the tactics we're gonna employ nutritionally, because this is gonna be the make it or break it point. It's not gonna be the training. My training is already crazy intense. With a surplus of calories, I might do a little more volume, but bro, it doesn't mean anything. I'm training like an animal as is. I simply wasn't providing enough fuel consistently to get big, get huge, to make this vision a reality. This is what it's all about. Guys, never abandon the vision. Never betray yourself like that. Never betray God like that. You know what you have to do. Doesn't matter what X or Y says. Doesn't matter what your mommy says. Doesn't matter what your girl says. You know what you have to do. How long are you gonna put it off? How long are you gonna make excuses for yourself for not getting the results you always wanted? Me? Not any longer. Please understand that even during this time, as I was pushing my business, as I was building my beautiful family, I never abandoned the vision. I never got sloppy. You're never gonna see me sloppy. You're never gonna see me fat. You're never gonna see me weak. You're never gonna see me out of shape. But now, brothers and sisters, it's time to dial it up 10x. Let's get this.